Yes, boss. You see it, man. You'll never get an apology from people who screwed you over. And I don't think I ever did a video like that before. It's so crazy I had it chilling for a minute. So here's the deal, right? It's very common. Everybody's been screwed over before. Everybody's had somebody who probably did more screwing over than the next person. Some people really just did a number. Some people it was just something small. They probably crossed you or whatever. But you ever been so screwed over to the point where it's like you probably went AWOL from a person, or probably you didn't even go AWOL from that person, but it's like, yo, somebody did something so screwed up to you, it's like they never apologized, that they never said, yo, I'm sorry, or try to make it right. Understand this. In life, that's just like closure. And I'm explaining that to you. Some people in life need closure for the things that some people do. And I'm going to teach you a trick, right? I understand there are people who've been screwed over in life. You want an explanation. Yo, why did you do this to me? Or, yo, why did you rob me? Or why did you cheat on me? Why did you do this? Understand this in life. I'm going to teach you a golden rule. When people do things, chalk it up that some people meant to do it, bro. And understand this. If a person's going to do something screwed up to you, chances are that was already premeditated. You feel me? If a person's going to try you like that, they already chalked it up that you're somebody that they could try like that. You get what I'm saying? Now, for you to sit there and, why would you do this to me, or this, that, and the third? I just gave you the answer. People already had it in their mind that you're the person that they can try. And especially if you're the type of person where people do certain things to you and you don't really let it walk, or you let things slide, people are going to continuously do these things until you pick up and you leave. And even after you pick up and leave, time goes on. That does not mean that a person is going to bend the block and say sorry for what they did. That's what this is all about. And it's basically the same thing. Saying sorry, closure, all of that there. Understand this. If somebody's going to do something screwed up to you, that's the purpose. They already pictured you're the perfect target. Oh, shit, to say sorry? I'm never going to say that. Because why? That was all a part of the plan. And that's another thing. For a person to want closure or need some type of final words, like you remember Jerry Springer, final words? You're not getting any final words out of somebody, bro. That was the purpose. And if you need somebody's final words as to why they did it, they basically won. Because that's the purpose. To keep you holding on, thinking I'm probably going to come back with a sorry or an apology. Bro, sometimes you got to understand it. Life is like, here's the deal. In life, you're trying to get to the next level. There are people out here who are trying to get to that level. It means, yo, like, this is level 1. All right, how can I get to level 1? Shoot, this person, I'm going to step on them just to get to level 1. That's how they viewed you, as a stepping stool. So if you get mad or you want to know why somebody didn't come back and apologize to you, understand that that's never going to happen. Chalk it up and put it in your mind. This is how you help yourself relieve from like certain traumas or certain beliefs, or that holding on, longing for feeling like maybe this person's going to come back and tell me sorry. Maybe that person, chances are, is not going to say sorry to you, because that's how the game is. And you got to understand that when people do these things, they do it in a way as to where they can leave the line open. And I'm going to explain that. If a person does something to you and you have an expectation that they're going to be back, or they're going to come back with a sorry, guess what? The line is open. You got to learn how to close the door. When you close the door on people who do stuff like that, you kind of screw people up in their mind. Because if a person views or deems you as a person where, yo, you're a little bit naive, or you're loving, you're probably going to want me to come back around, or you're going to need me back around. If you show people, look, bro, they did me screwed up, it is what it is. Boss up, pick my chest up, start all over again, close the door. That frightens people. Imagine if a person is used to always, okay, I cheat on you. You know what? We take a break, now I could come back around. We do the same dance every year, or every summer, or every winter, right? Now, all of a sudden, you close the door, you close the line, or you cut the line. That's going to frustrate people. Because understand this, in order for that person to have gotten to the next level, they use you to get there. If a person can go AWOL and come back around, and you let them in, guess what? I'm ready to climb another level off of you. Because why? You're not catching on to my game. You're stuck in a space of love and feelings, and you're expecting an apology. Will an apology make you feel whole? guess what? People are going to continue doing the same shit to you. An apology is just words, bro. And guess what? An apology doesn't mean shit if the actions aren't following up to show that the person is going to what? Change. So you waiting for a person to tell you, I'm sorry for cheating on you. Or I'm sorry for backdooring you. Or I'm sorry for doing you dirty. Put it in your mind this, bro. I tell myself this all the time, bro. And I teach my niece and nephews and my little cousins this. If a person's going to do something to you, guess what? They were well aware of what the frick they was doing. Some people may not know all of everything, but they chose to do certain things. Life is about choices. You have free will. So if you choose to backdoor somebody, or you choose to screw somebody, or you choose to snake somebody, that was what? That was a choice. It's a choice if you're going to make things right. It's a choice if you're going to apologize. Everything is about choices. You can choose to do something grimy, but you don't choose what's going to be your consequence, if that makes sense. That's what people need to understand. When it comes to choices in life, I'm going to say that one more time. You can make your own choices, but you cannot choose your consequence. You can choose to cheat on that girl. Who's to say if the consequences, she's going to come back to you, but she's going to cheat on you, or she's going to allow you back in. You don't hold that power. The power you hold is in the choices that you make. It's a choice if you're going to do right by people. It's a choice if you're not going to do it. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, if a person has done something foul to you, malicious, downright scrummy, whatever you want to call it, right? And now you're there waiting for an apology. 1 year goes by, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, right? Sometimes people will come back around you and see if they can sweep that shit underneath the rug without an apology, because they know damn well what they did. And here's the deal. If the shoe were on the other foot, you couldn't play that game with other people. Some people would tear you a new one. So that's why you got to understand that in life, some people like to run certain games with other people that they know they wouldn't allow other people to run on them. So in order to just cut the cord, feel a little bit better, you got to start anew, dog. Don't wait for an apology from somebody. An apology is something that might never come. Sometimes when people do foul things to you and then they walk away, they perceive that they can bend the block and come back around. And then there's some people in a different aspect, when they know that they did something straight up nefarious to you, straight grimy, they know they can't find it. They can't find it. Like, how am I going to come back around? So what you got to do is, while that person's in a stalemate, they don't know their next move, you got to find your next move. What's the next move? Close the door. Keep shit moving. Find out things that make you happy, that'll bring you out of that state of sadness or that state of misery, as to where you can thrive and get to a higher place where you can strive and do more for yourself, rather than you staying in like that lackadaisical energy and you cannot go anywhere. These are games that people play with you. I say this all the time, bro. How do I know all of this shit about narcissism and people doing foul things to you? My mom did this shit to me all day long, bro. If you never heard this shit, I told you it before. For people who already know, my mom swindled me well out of over 50 grand, dog. When my mom died, I'm thinking, shit, maybe even when my mom sold her house, bro, you gonna give me back something. My mom ain't give me back a fucking crumb. My mom been swindling me my whole life. My mom, I even asked mom, like, bro, you wouldn't even say sorry. My mom looked at me like you're not even worth the sorry. And I never did anything to my mom. I'm gonna say that again for you. My mom used to treat me like shit. She know that, what she did was foul, but guess what? You're not worth the apology. So what are you gonna do? Sit there and beg for somebody to apologize for something they know that they was well on fucking wrong for doing? You gotta pick up and boss up again, bro. Sometimes when people do these things, they think that's your last trick, or that's the last ride, or I just stole the last bit of juice out of his phone. He ain't got no more juice. You gotta pop out and show people I got more in the tank. That's what makes people feel stupid. You ever notice that when people do certain slimy things to certain individuals, they feel like that's the last ride, or this is the last dance for you, or you're not gonna do no more. There's no more greatness in the tank for you. Until you show people, what you did was whole as fuck, you pop out and you start doing some more greatness and make people look at the little stuff that they did to you like, why did I do that? And forces people to look inwards. You got to understand that this is a part of life, bro. In life, there are going to be people who are going to do foul, grimy things to you. You cannot be the person that's going to sit there and wait for an apology. Mind you, I stated this all day long, bro. If I would have waited for an apology from my mom, waited for an apology for certain people, guess what? I would have been still what? Waiting. Mind you, I tell you stories about this all day long, bro. I used to get sized by girls a lot when I was younger, bro. I'm talking about I used to get sized in different ways. Sized for niggas who's not worth it. Sized for certain people. Bro, I never knew my value, bro, to the point where it's like, bro, people would size me like females or family or whatever, and I'd still allow them to come back around. The girl who's barely giving me time, I'll sit there and wait by the phone. Psych, shit changed. We don't do that shit no more. If a person isn't giving you what it is that you deserve or respecting you or giving you the value that you deserve, my nigga, walk. Fuck is you sitting there waiting for? There's millions and billions of other people out there in the world who will give you a shot. Millions and billions of other opportunities out there. You don't got to stay there be grounded to one person who ain't even loyal to you. You get what I'm saying? That's how you get out there and you do more. Understand that in this life, you have your life to live. Other people have their life to live. You cannot let people be a thief of joy in your life, rob and steal you of all your time and your good energy, and you stay there like a fucking car in park. Just sitting there, letting life pass you by, dog. Because life's going to pass you by. You get what I'm saying? You wondering and waiting when this person's going to apologize. Guess what? That's the purpose. There's people in this world. I'm going to teach you this, dog. There's people in this world. They have a sad and broken spirit that it just brings them good joy to screw over and break somebody and leave them in park to where they can't move again. So they can go on in life and thrive and act like that person was the problem. These are things I'm telling you, bro. My mom played this game with me. That's how I knew how to checkmate O'Neal when he tried to play the game with me. My mom been doing that shit to me from day one. So it's nothing that you can do to me that can break me, dog. You got to try and show me some shit I ain't never seen before. And I feel like I done damn near seen it all, bro. You feel me? Don't wait for a person to apologize. Don't wait for a person to come and right their wrongs, bro. If you know you're that great or you're an awesome individual or you're a great person, bro, find a way to start over and start anew, dog. Don't wait for somebody to come and give you your flowers or apologize for the wrongs that they've done. That doesn't mean that actions are going to come along with it where the actions follow what the promises say or what the words say. You get what I'm saying? Understand that in life when people do these things, they do it on purpose. Some people planned on screwing you over. That shit was premeditated. You just didn't see it coming. And at the same token, sometimes why we cannot move forward is because we cannot fathom how we allow people to do certain things. How comes I didn't see it? Give that forgiveness to yourself. Forgive yourself because you didn't understand before. Now that you understand, you know how to move accordingly. You get what I'm saying? That being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I is to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. Just remember this. In life, yes, people are going to be grimy to you. It's all about how you respond to them. You can choose to take the high route. You can choose to respond with violence, negativity. Violence just begets more violence. If you choose the higher route, you choose to boss up and show that, yo, I got more in the tank, or you did me grimy, it's cool, I'm going to make you stand on that. That's one of the sweetest feelings in the world. I just gave you free game, dog. Do you know that one of the hardest things for people to do is to sit back, look in the mirror and say, hey, you, which is me, caused your own demise. People don't want to do that. There's some people, they don't like accountability. They like blaming other people. So if you know you didn't do anything wrong to a person, they pretty much did you dirty and went off and act like everything is kosher, everything is all honky-dory. Guess what? Close the door, rebuild and understand, yo, it wasn't your fault. You just didn't see certain things. Pick your chest up and move again. Boss up. Now, as time goes on, people see that you're winning. People are going to want to come back in. But then they got to realize, yo, I did some screwed up stuff to this person. That's what's going to cause people to like damn near malfunction in their brain. Because mind you, people don't want to be held accountable, but people like to point the finger at somebody. So who are you going to point the finger at knowing that you chatterbobbed your own self and screwed your own blessing? You have to, you're forced damn near at that point to look at yourself in the mirror. People don't want to do that. That's what bossing up does. That's what leveling up does. That's what closing the door, not waiting for some form of a peace treaty or I'm sorry. Bruh, some things in life don't deserve a sorry, bro. Some things were well off intentional, and sorry can't fix it. So understand that, you feel me? Just give yourself the leniency, pick yourself up, and move forward. Start anew, you feel me? 444 the world, man. Peace.